All right, I believe we are live. At least I think we're live. If everybody can let me know that they can hear and see me. I've had to redo the studio here. As you can see, we have a different angle on everything. So basically, we rebuilt an entire table here, and actually no more shimmy or shaking when I'm painting, which is good. We're gonna run right through this because we have to do things a little differently. This hand here is going, and I can only hold something for about 10 to 15 minutes at a time. So I took a little shortcuts, but we're going to walk through it. And I made a little video in between resting and so forth and so on. So we are going to do it that way. Do you know Tim Veering? It sounds familiar. I'm not too sure. Kabuki, how are you? Hope everybody's well. Most important thing is I hope everybody's well. So with my hand going dead and numb, I got to be a little innovative. So bear with me. I think you'll still get the same result out of this very quickly. And of course, we will have a giveaway at the end of this for the few of you that are here. And especially with the holiday week, it's kind of good to kind of get everything going. Jeff, how are you? Kabuki, James, Ann Reynolds, good to see you. Tramare, well, that's a cool name, and that's a cool icon too. And Haley, I am Tim's daughter. Oh, okay. I know him. I just it's been one of those days, one of those weeks. Because assembling this, if you saw the video for it, you know what I went through. All right, listen, without further ado, let's get moving so we can get... are you going to do something soon for your hand? Yes, I am. I have been seeing a specialist, and we're trying to figure out the best way where I'm not going to be down for a while. So it's old age. Old age is not fair. Too much of my real work. Let's just put it that way. All right, let's head over. Okay, we're going to head over to the other screen here. Okay, so here, as you can see, he's completely silver. All right, so what I did is I took some Vallejo silver and spray painted the entire figure. Now, I have it frozen here so everybody can kind of keep up. Put it in timeout. I wish I could. I wish I could. Heather, how are you? Good to see you. And Trevin, of course. All right, there we go. So I just wanted to make sure I said hi to everybody. And Carlos, too. I missed you, Carlos. I'm sorry. All right, so anyways, so as you can see, and I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to point some things out with my little thing here, okay? Completely sprayed him silver. This is going to save me a lot of time because going from the picture I saw, you know, this is a weird looking figure, and I wanted to make it a little bit better. So let's get going here. All right, so I'm kind of showing you that you got to make sure that you get the underneath carriage there. Look over there. There you go. All right. There we go. And then you just spray in there, and you take care of everything there. And yeah, just you got to make sure that you catch the underneath and everything. So I'm going to take some corn red, okay, and I'll stop it every few seconds here. Corn red is a color. Just learned that Jim Hathaway died. Oh, I'm sorry, he passed away. All right, let's continue. So we're going to take. I'm sorry, I don't mean to sound so cool or cruel about it, but I don't wish anyone to pass away. So we're going to take care of his skirt here, okay, or whatever he wants to call it. All right. The picture I saw was red, so I went with a darker red instead of a bright red because I knew I kind of had an idea what I wanted to do and how I wanted to take and twist this up a little bit. So as you can see, yeah, there we go. So we got that all painted up, all nice and tight. You can see I missed a little underneath, but don't worry, I take care of that. I do. because when I watched the video back, I noticed it. Next thing we're going to take is a pallid witch flesh. Okay, we're going to use this for the flesh on his face. Now, if you look at some of the pictures of him, he's almost kind of grayish in a way. And I really think, is that silver primer or just regular silver? It's just regular silver. It comes in a spray can. It's not a primer. It is a paint. So I decided to do that over that. Okay. So now we're going to take the pallid witch flesh, and I'm going to take care of his face, his hands. And we're going to open that up. And you just want to get those areas there. Okay. He doesn't have a lot of flesh showing. So you really want to make sure that this shines through. All right. Now it looks really, really light. Don't worry about that. You're going to see what we're going to do here. All right. And don't worry about making mistakes. You can just touch it up. That's what we do. So you want to get underneath there, right? Because the rest of him, he's wearing armor the entire way. And you're going to probably need 2 good coats of this. All right? Because we do water down our paints a little bit to make them go on a little thinner so we can get all the detail. Because he does have some veins in his hands, which are kind of neat when you get them right. And kind of just show you there. You want to get inside his chest. Now, you want to do this before you do any of the other colors there. All right. So, yeah, there's, and there, as you can see, we got his face. We got in on his chest. Notice how I didn't do his hair yet. Yeah, and I'm kind of just pointing out that you kind of want to make sure that you get his ears. And there's just a couple little tricky spots there. I missed a spot there, but that's all right. I end up taking care of that. The next thing I come in is with a Balthazar gold. Okay. So what I'm going to do with the Balthazar gold is I'm going to break up that silver. I saw in the picture and I didn't like the fact that it was just pretty much all silver. So you see where his armband is here? The hammer, the inset of the hammer. And I took a very flat brush and just nice and easy went in between, not to lose the silver that I had for the outlying part. There we go. And from there, that's it. That's all we're going to do is just hit in there. Make sure that we catch all those spots. Now, as you can see, my hand looks great. But I'll tell you this much. On the new table there, the table is not shaking. It's a 350-pound table. It's not going anywhere. And I built it myself. There we go. Just right in there. Yeah, there we go. And then I'm going to show you some of the other things that I did. Okay, hold up. Let's stop it right here. Come on, Rob. Turn them around. Turn them around. There we go. Well, let's just back that up a little bit. Back that up. Instant replay, right? Okay. Well, what I want to show is I paint in the plate here. He has a couple of bands that come around. His crown, I went with the Balthazar. As you can see, the handle here, I completely made Balthazar gold. And then, as you can see, if you look right on his left wrist there, how that really goes. All right. All right. And that's where we pretty much go with that. All right, here we go. We're going to keep going. Let's see if I get a better shot of it. There, right there. Perfect. Yeah, you can see I did the belt buckle here. All right, and you want to get that Balthazar gold right in there. Now, you don't need any special silver. You can just paint with the lead belcher over it. I just sprayed with whatever I could. Okay. And what I did is by just spraying in there, I got everything the way I wanted it. It just was quicker for me, especially with my hand. I would have rather hand painted it. Now I'm going to take some gray, some dark gray, and I'm just going to do the bottom base there. All right. And of course, my big hand is in the way. I still haven't set up all my whatchamacallit, all my cameras yet. There we go. And of course, my hand is completely in the way. But again, we're we just got everything kind of set up, so you just have to bear with me and everything like that. And I'm apologizing. First off, let me just come up top here. I'm not bringing anybody in today or anything like that. I'm really trying to get this done as quickly and efficiently as possible. Normally I'd have people paint with me, but because the hand is so bad and bothering me, I'm really going to try to keep this as minimum as I can because it is very, very painful. So I will finish the entire series, and maybe we'll go beyond it if we get good numbers. If the numbers dip, we're just going to end it. But when I tell you I'm in pain, I'm in a lot of pain. All right, let's get back. All right, so what I wanted to show you here is I took, let me back up here a little bit. All right, hold on. Okay, because I rushed through it. Okay, yeah, that was a great showing you how to paint the base there. Okay, it's just gray. It's gray over the rock. Okay, so right here, Fire Dragon Bright. All I want to do is take that silver out. This is not the final color that I'm going to use. This is a base to kind of drown out that silver. And as you can see, I just wanted to test it. And you can see how it bleeds through a bit. So you're going to need a couple of coats of it. And even if the silver bleeds through, that's okay because the next color is going to be a lot stronger. Trying to get your oranges is not the easiest thing to do. All right. It does take a few coats, and it has to be really a certain way there. Well, thank you for everybody that's looking out for that hand, for my hand and everything like that. Oh, geez, I'm skipping everything, right? Okay, I'm just going to freeze here. I really appreciate it, but when we say we're going to do something, we make sure we get it done, and I can be very creative, believe it or not. All right, so we're going to take some new oil here, and this is the part where this all starts to come together a bit. All right, and we're going to do some live painting here without a doubt here. All right, so I'm just going to go over everything except for the hair, his face and everything. And I'm just taking this and I am just really putting this on there really good, making sure that we get this on there because I really want to darken this guy up. Okay. And there's a reason for that. Because every picture, because when you look at the pictures of him, he just looks almost phony. And it's not that anybody did a bad paint job. It's the colors. Red and orange don't go very well. Silver and orange don't go very well. Okay. And how do you get those colors to come through? Well, I decided to add a little kind of bronzish, can't even get the word out. Bronze type of gold. And I'm trying to be very careful here. But you see what I'm doing. I'm darkening up his armor because I really want, the way I saw him, they didn't even darken up the armor any. And it just didn't look right to me. And now you'll see, I'll go over the hand and watch how his, okay, come on, Rob, turn it. There we go. By just getting, see how now all of a sudden his skin starts to make sense. By just taking that new oil over that pallid witch flesh, now all of a sudden that all kind of makes sense. You got to be very careful here. Very careful. And if you notice, I'm just taking my time. I'm not worried about hitting the hair. but I really don't want to because it's such a tough color anyways. All right, there he is. He's all darkened up, but we got to lighten him up. I even went over the skirt area. That's the color that they suggested, so I went with it, and it works pretty good. Now I'm going to take some Troll Slayer orange, and this is where I kind of want to really work his hair. And there we go. Look, by laying down that initial base, it makes that orange come over a lot easier. All right, and just by doing that, we're all right. Yeah, why are you building a 350-pound desk if your hand hurts? Because it has to be done. Things have to be done. They're not going to get done themselves. They're not getting done themselves, brah. Hi, Rob. When it paused, can you press the right arrow key to move frame by frame? It goes in 30-second intervals, unfortunately. All right, so as you can see, I'm just getting in on that helmet. And you can see where the color starts to come through a lot better. All right. There we go. And we've got about 30 seconds, and then we're going to come back live, and then we're going to go to our table here, and we're going to get going. And look at that. And just getting that in there and working that in there. Look at that. And now all of a sudden we have a base. So now we're going to let that dry. And then guess what? We are going to come back up over here. So as you can see, we're moving pretty quickly. All right, so that's where we are. So with that done, hold on. Let me just do a couple things here. Bang, bang, boom. And then bring up the other screen and go right. Full screen projection. Boom. All right. So now, enough looking at me. All right. Let's take a look at Fella Live. Okay. So here's where we're at right now. Okay. Okay. If I stay right here, I got to get used to all the new camera angles that I've got to build. Okay. Now, you can see his face coming through his hand, and everything's really, really darkened up. But we don't want to keep this as dark as it is. Okay, so we're going to get a little bit of paper towel here. And like I said, we're going to try to get this all done pretty quickly. And I'm going to take some Necron compound. You can take some silver, some light silver, anything that you think is really bright. And what I want to do is I want to really make the metallic part of this really shine through. Now, I like using this compound. It's easy for me to use, okay? And I don't have to put a lot of work into it, that's for sure, okay? And now all I want to do is very, very lightly, in camera, without my hand getting in the way. All right, just kind of there. Look how I start bringing out that silver. Okay, by just hitting over the tops. Look at that. Oh my, oh my. And you don't have to have a lot on here. And all of a sudden, this starts to come out a lot better. And it starts to have that metallic feel to it. Just by going over it. All right, being very, very careful. You can see the difference between that side and this side, that side and this side. And all I'm doing is just taking and working what I have here. And we're going to do that. And don't worry about getting anything on the red, but you don't want to. All right. All right, coming up to our hammer here. I want to hit the edge of the hammer. See what I'm doing here? See how all of a sudden that starts to come alive now? Oh, it's almost like I had a plan. And I want to come into this very lightly into this armor. And if you don't feel you have enough of this stuff on here, see the difference? Do you see what I'm going for here? I want a more realistic look here. I'm telling you right now, when you cannot feel your hand, it's not usually a good sign. But we'll get through it. We'll get through it together. And that's what we do. We get through things together. Look at that. Now it feels like he has metallic on. It feels like he has a metallic on. There you go. See? And just taking and bringing this to life. Now, I'm going to take a little bit more of this Necron stuff. All right. Come on. Come on. Okay, there we go. They're like little nuggets of goodness. And then I'm going to mash that in. Mash, 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 mash. Mash, 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 mash. So I get enough on here so I can do what I want to do here. All right. You can see the difference here. And I don't want to hit the Bulbasaur Gold. There we go. All right. And I just want to come over here a little bit. Careful, careful, careful. All right. Because we don't want to have metallic orange hair. All right. And then come in here a little bit. Let me turn them that way a little bit. And I'm sorry if I'm not looking at the chat, but we really are trying to do this pretty quickly. And I apologize for that this week, but next week we'll be able to slow down a little bit. All right. And just kind of want to go over some of there's a higher, as you can see, there's just a little bit of, I want to be very careful. I don't want to take my Balthazar Gold out because that's easy to do, folks. And all you want to do is just see how I'm taking the side of the brush and just very lightly going over that. All right. I can hit the edges over here. All right. And just really work that in there and then we're going to come over here and we're just going to bring out a little bit more highlight on his shoes because you got to look good. Shoes are important. At least that's what my wife tells me. That's why she's got 900 pairs of shoes. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Back in the camera, kid. Back in the camera. Back in the camera. All right. So now he feels a little bit differently, doesn't he? Doesn't he? Got this little horn thing, which I didn't know what to do with. I didn't feel that it made sense to have bone on there. But, all right. And just kind of do that a little bit over here. I want to do the same thing over here. Just enough. I'm being very, very, very careful in what I do. All right. All right. Coming over the top here. Nice and easy. Nice and easy, folks. Nice and easy. And there we go. Right? Okay. Not bad. All right. So now we're going to wash that brush out very quickly. And we're going to move to our next color very, 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 very quickly. There we go. All right. Next. I've been arguing with myself to go over it with a Guiana Gold, okay, or go with a Sigmarite. But you want to take a gold and kind of go over the bronze just very, very, very lightly. And I'll show you the result that you get. See, that's not what I'm looking for. And I don't know why this doesn't mix very well. Actually, it's not that bad. All right, let's go. I'm going to go with the Guiana Gold. All right, and we're going to get it in here. It just seems like it never mixes properly. No, and I'm not happy with it at all. At all. Not at all. All right, so we're going to take that off because I really want the bronze to stick out. All right, there. So I'm going to go with the Sigmarite, okay? And the reason it's a dry, just like the Necron, All right, I'm going to turn that over. And I'm going to get a good amount on my brush here. There we go. And I'm going to work right into this area right here. It's perfect for what I want to do. I don't want to overdo it. I want to go so light on this that it's ridiculous. All right. There we go. And all I want to do is very, very lightly just touch. Look at that. Just a kiss. It's like kissing a baby that's sleeping. Good night. Okay. You don't want to wake her up because she's going to scream the rest of the night. Like my beloved little granddaughter. And I'm sorry if you can't see this. Okay, let me do that. And that's all I want to do. That's it. And I'm just going to hit the inside of the crown here. Okay. We're going to hit inside here a little bit. Okay. Making sure that we get enough of this on here. And then just enough. Because I really want to get that shine on there. See? Come in here. Just move that around a little bit there. That's a little different feel to it than from what I saw. It's a little more realistic. Okay, come on. Let's get some of this stuff on here. Come on. Make me pull some more out. All right. And just enough to make you think. Right in here. Look at that. Look at that. Whoops. Let's turn it around here. All right. Just nice and easy. And here. I'll pull a little more out. Bear with me, folks. Bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. All right. All right, there we go. All right. And all I want to do is just really get that in there. There we go. All right. And again, very easily. I don't want to hit it too hard, but I don't want to be too gingerly with it. So there's got to be a good balance. But you'll know when you see it. You'll know when those signets kind of stand up in there. He's got a little belt buckle here. Let's get his belt buckle popping a little bit. And then right in between, because in the picture, if you look at the picture that they put up for him, he really doesn't, there's nothing on him that really stands out. And I'm not, I got no problem with the artist, but for me, I want it to stand out. I want you to feel like, man, this thing is fearsome. Not with bad hair. But that's just me. That's just me. All right. Let me see if I can get a little bit more here so we can finish up here. Like I said, we are moving at breakneck speed. And the best thing is you can watch this back. That's for sure. All right. And any kind of bright gold will do that. Okay. But just make sure you get it off your brush enough where all you have to do, again, like I see a little spot here. I don't mind coming over. If you're going to wear a crown, make it glorious. Make it glorious. All right. And then in here. See how that just making sure that you get in there really brings those little signets out. Now all of a sudden you're like, wow, that's different, right? Now he has a nice feel to him. Let's shine it up in there. Up near his chest there. That's what we're talking about, right? You guys are getting it, right? Greetings from Belgium. Hey, Bob. All right. All right. Next thing, because we're moving. You know the queen. She probably wants to go to Jersey Mike's. All right. We're going to take some Evil Sun Scarlet, okay? And we're going to do kind of like the same thing that we just did, basically. All right. I'm going to take this. I'm going to move him over to the side for a minute. Okay, and I'm going to work that out. And all I want to do is very lightly kind of bring and give him a little bit of depth. Now, you see what I'm doing here? Oh. I'm bringing that back out. Okay, and all I want to do is just kind of catch the tops. Catch the top. All right. And I'm just hitting the high spots. Really lightening that up a little bit. Just a bit. Not too much. He's a fire god. All right, come on. He doesn't go, down to Aeropostale and pick out his clothes. All right. And we want to come in here. Go over the top here. And if you bled over a little bit with the silver there, this is a good time to take that and rub that brush in there and clean up some of the areas that you might have missed or messed up on. And be very careful, because you don't want to keep painting over the same thing over and over again, right? Like, I see a few things here, and I'm just cleaning them up. And that's how I'm doing it. I'm just cleaning up. I want to keep that dark area there. I really do. I want to keep that nice and dark. All right. And I could probably go over it a little bit more with a little lighter color, but I kind of like the darkness. I like how dark it is. It makes them a little bit more foreboding, right? Okay, cool. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. All right, we're going to move to another brush here. All right, that. We did that. Let me move these out of the way. And the next thing I want to do, and I've been arguing over this for a little bit, but I think we're going to go with it anyways. If I can find a color. Oh, egg whites. What do I do here? Just when I thought I had everything out. So I'm going to take a little bit of yellow. Just a little bit. And I want to take a very, very bright yellow. And I want to be very careful with this, because you can really drown this out. And if you do, don't worry about it. Just go over it with orange and you'll be fine. But I want so little on this brush. Okay. And I'm going to spend more time taking it off the brush than I am putting it on the brush. There we go. All right. And I just want to make sure there's so little on here. And all I want to do is just hit the high spots, because you can lose it very, very quickly. Remember, his hair is supposed to be kind of like on fire, but not really. And I want that to kind of take up the highlight here. See what I'm doing here? Very lightly. Right over into the base of his skull here. It has to be lightly. You have to do it lightly. And if you want a little bit more, you can get a little bit from the paper. But you want to hit this again, like I keep on saying, very, very lightly. And you want to be very careful with this, because you can ruin the model right here, right now. Well, you never ruin it. You just got to kind of start all over again in a way. All right in there. Don't want to hit that crown, but I do want to get enough in there that it kind of mingles a little bit. Whoa, easy. Almost painted his face there, which would be typical. All right. Maybe just a hair more. Maybe just a hair more. Just a hair more. And here we go. And we are going to just nice and easy. Nice and easy. And this is where hand gets a little sore because I can't feel it. It's weird. How can it hurt if you can't feel it? Right? Well, it feels like I stuck it in an electric socket at times. All right, and just really being very, very careful, but very deliberate. And right in there is a key area there. I gotta make sure I get it right. There we go. And that, my friends, is my boy here. All right. Now, oh, almost went off. All right, so pretty much we want to do that. And then finally, the last thing that I suggest is just going over his flesh and very, very, very easily. All right, let me grab another brush for that. I want to grab a smaller one. All right, right here. Now, if I can find it very quickly. And I had it. I just got to find what I did with it. You got to forgive me, folks. One-man show. Oh. And I actually had the pallid flesh. And that's gray. Huh. All right. So now, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of the paint here that we used to paint him with. Okay. All right. Nice and easy. And just take that, okay, and get that off. And now I just carefully, very carefully, just want to adjust. Again, it's just a matter of just being very controlled, very patient, rubbing it in there, not losing any of the detail that you've already worked in there. All right, like his chin here. Okay, let's bring his chin out a little bit. Let me get a little bit more. Let me get a little bit more here. There's dry brushing, but then there's dry brushing when there's nothing on there whatsoever. All right, here we go. All right, so now, again, just nice and easy around the chin, into the upper face, forehead, bottom of his palm here, And you can see he has these veins, which are beautiful when you really go over nice and easy. There we go. Come on, big fella. There we go. And I think that's how you do a giant. Now you could do the eyes. I just, for some reason, his face is so sinister. I just feel like he has these ghost white eyes that just kind of work for me. So I'll give you another view of him. Hold on. Let me just do a couple things here. Let's do that. And get out of our full screen. Whoop. Close our full screen. Go up to our special whoop, whoop thing. I want you to see the whole. Hold on here. I hate when this thing does this stupid. Okay, hold on. Okay, there we go. What can I tell you? You got to see my new Godzilla thing, though. Hold on. Full screen. Boom. All right. Let's go there. Okay, there we go. See, my daughter sent that to cover up everything. Isn't she awesome? All right, let's go. No, zoom. All right. There he is. And it's simple, okay? It's just a matter of staying in control of the stuff, and I like that better. He's darker. He's sinister. I mean, really, really just that's what I want. That's what I was going for. You don't have to do things the way you do things the way you see things, and that's the most important thing about painting. If you can do things the way you see it, you're going to be fine. And that's what I think. All right. But who cares what I think, right? All right. So it's, it's your impression of it, and that's my impression of a fire giant, okay? And I like it. I think it's dark. I think it's sinister. It has a little bit of that fire feel to it. It's a beautiful sculpt. It's the way I would think a giant coming at me would be. All right. There we go. So now it's everybody's favorite time. The reason you tune in. Okay? And that's to give away what we normally give away. A gift certificate to none other than the fantastic, if I can just get this closed, miniature market. So let's go over to our screen here. There we go. And I'll open that up. Full screen so everybody can see. And then we'll go over. Now, boom. There we go. So today we have a 90. 90. We have percentile die. Okay, this is a 0. So if a leaf comes up, it's a 0. And this is our ones. Okay, so we have that figured out. So as you know, it has to be within start now and stop now. Your number, only pick one number. If you pick more than one number, you are disqualified. If you pick outside the lines, outside the time that we are doing this, you're also disqualified. Okay. Make sure you pick one number, and that's all you have to do. So when you see me put in start now, put in your numbers from 1 to 100. And there we go. All right. And we'll give it a few minutes. Meantime, I'll come up top. Yeah, so very quick on how we did that, but very efficient. And you get the result that you want. It wasn't a lot of colors. Remember, the undercoat is it's just a silver. And Everything else is a piece of cake. It's silver, then adding the bronze, adding the pallid witch flesh for his flesh. We want the fire dragon or a light orange to cut the silver out of his hair. Then we went in with a bright orange to go over that lighter orange. And what that does is now gives us that complete coverage over that silver. Okay. Everything else you don't have a problem with, because put a metallic on a metallic or a red on a metallic, and they wash themselves out. But when you go to lighter colors, it bleeds through. So you need to build that color out. It doesn't matter what oranges you use. It's just the final orange that you want for his hair. You make that your last color, and make sure that you prime out. You can even use a white if you wanted to. It would look horrible, but it'll give you an idea where you're going to go. And then boom, you're off and running, right? Okay. Let's see how we're doing here. Fire Giant is going to be our referee once again. Whoever we paint becomes the referee for that particular process. And that's the way we do things, folks. Quick and efficient. All right, so here we go. Let's see how we're doing here. What if does Rob use on Twitter when he posts his miniatures pitch? How do I find him? It is Rob's Tabletop World. I think a space in between, if I'm not. What make them roll off? But you can keep the same if you want and roll off, of course. Yes. If you tie, you roll off. Hey, Gimpy, what's up? How you doing, Nate? I hope everything's going all right for you. Make sure that you listen. If it's a tie, we roll off to death. So, Kabook, if you could just keep that high on that. And I think Helen's in here too. I think Miss Helen's in here. Sorry, Miss Helen, I'm kind of in a rush. That's why we didn't go with the long show today. All right, so I think everybody's got their thing in there. Gimpy, pick a number of 1 to 100. You have a chance of winning a gift certificate to Miniature Market. And I'm going to stop it very, very soon. Soon. Yeah, we are. This hand is as I mean, between all the things I do, and I'm still going to a gym like an idiot. Never can say I'm very smart. Heather got hers in. Way to go, Miss Santos. Paul, how are you? What, 51? 51? He thinks I'm going to be middle of the road today? I don't know. I think I'm one way or the other. All right. I am going to hit stop now, and in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Make sure you have your numbers in. So I'm even giving for the delay of my countdown. There are others who need it more than me. Look at you. Always sacrificing. Love that guy. We gotta hook up at some time, pal. And I talked to Mo about that too. So now that I got the table all set, we can figure all that out later. All right, we're gonna stop this now. All right, there we go. All right, so let us go to the roll-off. Got to move the keyboard here. And here we go. Remember, let me know who wins. Dan Uzo, I think he just got his in. It's typical Dan fashion. All right, here we go. The winner of the gift certificate, the special gift certificate, the holiday gift certificate to Miniature Market this week is number 12. I told you I was going to go one way or the other. Who has 12? That's what we're waiting on. Who has 12? The 12s. You guys should know I'm a Seahawk fan. I'm one of the 12s. You knew I was going to roll it. Being a Seahawk fan, you are one of the 12s. So it's just naturally for me to roll a 12. Who could it be? Helen has 9. Okay, is anybody closer? Trevin had 16. 12 was my second pick. That's not close enough. Helen has, yeah, it looks like, well, wait a minute. Hold on. 12, that's 4 away. 9 is only 3 away. 10, 11, 12, 15, 14, 13, 12. Yeah. I'm trying to do math here. It looks like it's Helen Adams. Let's just make it official. Once Kabuki locks it in. Yeah, Kabuki locked it in. So congratulations to Miss Helen Adams for winning a gift certificate. Congratulations. All right. There you have it. We got the Fire Giant. I believe next week is an Iron Golem or something like that. I don't know. I just got them all in. So definitely. Look at this. She sits on the outside and she wins. And she's going to email me at novaprime860@hotmail.com. All right, so I'm going to take some pictures of this. We'll get this up a little later on this evening. Check out the old boy here. Another one done. We've done a ton of these WizKid things, and they've been a lot of fun. So as long as you guys still like them, we'll keep doing them. In the meantime, I'm going to try to get this hand squared away, and I've got a ton of things to get done. So I'm sorry for the rush job today, but it may be this next week. I think it'll be a little easier because I don't have to paint as much as I had to with this dude. And until we can get this fixed, it's going to be a little sketchy, but we will get it done. I can promise you that. All right, listen, you are all fantastic. I love you all. Have a great Thursday evening. Tomorrow we're going to try to play something. Hopefully we'll do something live. All right, so keep a lookout on that. We have another video coming up on some cool things. And as you can see, the room is finally, after 7 or 8 months of working on it, where we need it to be. No shaky tables, no nothing, and we're off and running. Plus, my buddy there has some filming to do, the Tiger. He's been in retirement for a little bit, but he's a great sports announcer. So keep an eye out on some of the sports games that we're going to be doing. All right, guys. Have a great evening. Until next time, it is your old pal Rob. We got it done in an hour, and that isn't bad at all. It makes it easier to watch. I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you next week, same time, 4:30, 4:20, somewhere in there, here at Board Game Geek. And don't forget to like, subscribe to Rob's Tabletop World. And until next time, we'll see you guys soon. Have a great evening.